Hey, greetings, peace, and love, Sister Alexis of Divine Notary and the Notary Wellness Mentor. Today, I wanted to talk about what it would be like for any individual who's just getting started in the field to become a photo inspector for any company. I usually don't give names of the company, so we're not going to even mention the different companies. That'll be for a whole nother video of how to find jobs to become a field photo inspector. So today I figured I would talk to someone who has firsthand experience in addition to myself. Is Day. Day is a new individual just to the field in itself. And although he may have experience on different aspects of what would you say, just being in people's homes and stuff like that for other reasons, but not particularly for this type of reason. So I wanted you all to just kind of hear a first-hand experience from someone who didn't have any, can I say, like real estate background per se? In a way. And how easy it has been for him to learn the field and get in the field and work in the field thus far. So how long would you say that you've been in the field?
This is about what, maybe not even 6 months.
Mm-hmm. And about 3 months?
Yeah.
So you're a photo inspector, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you just do like residential homes, or do you do commercial, or?
It's commercial as well. Commercial people, ID verifications.
ID verifications. Okay. For anyone that doesn't know what ID verifications are, do you want me to break that down, or can you tell us how ID verifications work?
Well, it's pretty much where, the company sends me out and I verify, make sure that the person is who they claim to be, pretty much getting copies of their ID, whether it's just their picture of them themselves as well as their ID, making sure that it's valid, expiration dates are in order and things of that nature.
Oh, okay. So pictures of themselves. So do you take physical pictures of them?
Yeah, I take 3 pictures of their actual, them face on.
Okay.
And take pictures of their ID as well, whether it be their ID or their passport.
Okay. So any ID that's from a governing agency. Okay, cool. That's fine. So did you need a lot of training to kind of get into it, or were you?
No, they had each company, I guess, has their own training, so to speak, that they put you through to make sure that you fit the criteria that they need you to do. And then pretty much from there, they teach you how to do what they want you to do, and that's about it.
Okay. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, from someone that didn't have necessarily experience in that field, you think it was easy to get into or difficult? 10 being it's pretty easy.
Well, I'm gonna speak for me. I think it was 10, very easy.
Yeah.
But you have to be motivated to want to do it, because if you're not, it can pose quite difficult for you.
Did you need a lot of equipment?
No.
No?
No.
Did you need any equipment?
A cell phone.
A cell phone.
Cell phone.
Okay. And how did you even find the jobs? How do you get the calls? How do you get work?
Well, the company themselves send it to you.
But how'd you find the company?
I was referred to the company.
Okay. So through referral base, that's really important. Oftentimes, these companies, they do offer referral programs. And so if you know anyone who you feel like would be a great inspector, you can refer them, and then you get a referral fee and they get a referral fee after a review process. So find out from the companies that you're working for, because that could be a way for you to make money as well. Okay. And so the companies, they call you when they have work?
Yes.
Okay. So can you decline orders?
You can,
You can.
if you don't want money. That would not be in your best interest. But I mean, if it's something that is too far or something like that, and you feel like you're unable to do it, if your time restraints, you're not able to get to it in time, then you can decline it or ask to reschedule it if they're able to.
If they're able to. Now, do you find it difficult to work with clients once you do get the jobs? Is it like, do they give you problems? Are there any issues?
The company themselves, not necessarily. It's more so, I guess, the people that you run into. Some people aren't as inclined to want to work with you. They try to make things a little difficult, but depending on you, you can either make that an even worse situation or you can make the situation better.
And probably the biggest question that I get asked all the time is the pay. How do you get paid? Do you get paid through a check, direct deposit?
It depends.
Okay.
Some companies will give you a virtual check where you print it out,
Through email?
Yeah, through your email.
Okay.
Or you could just get the direct deposit. Direct deposit is, in my opinion, I think that's the preferred method. That other printed check is not the best in my opinion.
Yeah. Virtual checks, for those who may or may not be aware, a virtual check kind of looks fake. It looks really fake. I'm in a small town, and so when I first brought it to my bank, they've never seen one before. There's no watermarks on the check, on the front or the back of the check, and it really does look like a fraudulent check. There's no endorse here line on the back, no security, anything. But it is real, and you can use it on your mobile app. You just endorse it on the back, and you take pictures of it, the front and back, and you can also bring it to your local bank. And if it's the first time you ever brought it to your local bank, they will most likely hold it for you. So don't expect for you to get paid that day. If you did take it to a check cashing place, if they even take it from you, you're lucky. A lot of the check cashing places won't take them. So just a FYI. Some of the companies do offer a system where you can do your own banking on their system. So wherever that check is cut from, they have a system where they offer you to sign up either through your debit card or your checking account. And if your checking account is valid for it, then they allow you to cash it same day, and you just get charged, $5, $10 fee, something of that nature. But at least it gets cash. One of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation with you in particular is because I find that I talk to a lot of people. I have about almost 100 mentees in my group, my Notary Wellness Mentor online Facebook group, which is a paid group for individuals who have had sessions with me. And not to take away from any of them there, but I found that you were probably the most receptive person, and not because I like you, but because a lot of people will listen to you and then they won't really act on it. And to be able to watch Brother Day get so many different jobs and complete so many different jobs in a small time frame was actually really impressive. And so I just wanted you to be able to kind of answer some of those questions that people have been wondering. I think sometimes people make up these ideals in their head that it's going to be so difficult, and then they don't start. And so the point was just to show you an example of someone who started really fresh, didn't need a lot of training, but there was some training, and they still got into the field. And you're also a process server, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And did that require a lot of training?
Not a lot, but
not a lot.
Just like with anything, there's a level of training that's involved with it so that you can do things the way that the company wants you to do it.
So between both of those jobs, how much did it cost you to start?
It cost me anything.
Boom.
Cost me a phone bill.
Boom. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Oftentimes people feel like they can't start businesses because they don't have the money to start. We just told you 2 businesses, a photo inspection and a process server, where you don't have to have any money to start to make money. You know, I know we hear, besides having a cell phone, you have to have a cell phone. That is the prereq for both of them. You have to have a cell phone. And most of us have a cell phone anyway. And it was a pretty easy process to start. Now, the downfall to these jobs, now that we're in a pandemic, that we know is they're not necessary. Well, one of the position is not necessarily an essential job. So as a process server right now, I'm a process server. We can't work as a process server right now.
No.
Core systems are closed. So going forward, these are things that we need to think about within our businesses. If there's a pandemic, epidemic, something of that nature, natural disaster that happens, can we still eat from them? So as a photo inspector, you still can eat.
Absolutely.
You still can eat from that. The banks are still open. Just to backtrack, for your photo inspector, do you have to notarize anything?
No.
Okay. So there's just different aspects of photo inspection, and with the photo inspections that Brother Day does, he doesn't have to notarize. But there are some photo inspections where you're required to have your notary, because that application needs to be signed by you before you submit it to the company. But these are all just different things that to think about. You know, whether your position, your job that you plan on starting is going to be non-essential or essential, whether in a pandemic or epidemic, will the banks be open? Will the courts be open? Will your business make money, or will your business hurt due to the fact that one or both or all of the above, whatever, are closed? And then what do you do at that point? So just kind of some things to remember during that process. And, you know, we've talked about attire and etiquette while you're working on the job. We all ought to know how to act when you're working and know how to dress when you're working. Of course, you know, we're in formal attire because we're just at the house, but you know, you have to dress in professional attire when you're out and about, and be professional during these projects, because they will report you if that is not the case, whether it's your own business or not. You always want to make sure that your clients are reporting back to the companies that hire you as a good process server or inspector, you know. And some of these fields, you know, that they're going, you know, process server usually is not the happiest job. The one question I want to ask you about a process server is a question that I get asked, and as a man, I wanted to find out your viewpoint. So when you process serve, do you ever feel unsafe?
Yes, when I knock on doors that have dogs and they don't have fences.
So what do you do?
I go ahead and I knock on the door. And if I hear the dog, or if I hear someone, or, you know, I just make sure I pay attention to my surroundings for the most part. Make sure I don't put myself in a situation where I could be at risk.
Okay.
You know? It's not too much you can really do. If it's a situation where I truly feel unsafe, you know, or the dog's running loose or what have you, you know, there's an app on the phone. I just let them know I feel unsafe in this particular situation. And I document it and take pictures. Make sure you take pictures so that you can show them that what actually you're saying is true. Because a lot of times if you just say it and you don't have nothing, you know, no type of documentation to show it, you know, pictures are worth 1,000 words, as they say. You can see it better than I could tell you. If you see the dog running free and you see the address of the home in which I'm supposed to go knock on, if you truly expect somebody to do that, that's an unsafe working environment right there. You know?
True. Most apps, most process server companies will have an app that you have to download, and you're able to put notes on there and talk about each job experience. And yeah, so if you ever feel safe while you're on a job, you can report it and then don't go back to that job again. And that's pretty much how it works. How often do you get paid from the process server jobs?
I do believe that's every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. The company that we in particular that we work for, we get paid, like, we get deposit twice a week for them. As long as you have jobs coming through, you'll get paid twice a week. So that's the fair part about that, which I really like. So would you recommend anyone to do either or be a process server or a photo inspector?
If they want money, I would definitely recommend you do it. If you like being broke, don't do it.
Is there anything, if you can think back, that you wish you would have known before you started?
I guess I would say how to, to receive more jobs or
Okay,
to get
okay.
more jobs or
Okay.
that right there.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you wanna learn as fast as possible, but it's contingent upon the company. You can't just, it's not the same across the board.
So when you're a contractor, you are basically, you have to take whatever they give you, whatever is available in your area, you have to take. And when you create your own platform, which that's the goal, creating your own platform, creating direct business with lawyer, paralegal companies, and so on and so forth, whatever your specialty is going to be, and get the direct business straight from them versus being the middle person. That is ideal. So that's the next step in the process, striving to figure out that part, how to get direct business straight to him, straight to myself. Then that way we don't have to worry about waiting for the companies to give us jobs. We can kind of control the kind of work that we want to receive from there. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If you all have any questions for Brother Day, please put your questions down below in the description box. If you want to contact him for any business in, if you want to contact him, we will put his business information in the description box. All right, peace and love. Talk to you soon. Peace.